Let's start with some facts. At two of the world's best universities, Harvard and MIT, they decided to do some research. They tracked millions of students who joined online courses. Do you know how many actually finished? Around 5%. That means 95% of people quit before the finish line. And here's the crazy part. These are the same people who complain that life is unfair. They blame the economy, the government, their boss, their family, and they'll say the system is broken, but they never even finished what they started. It's the same people who say that courses are a scam, even though they never even watched the course. You know why? Because it hurts their little ego much less, and it's easier to blame someone else than to admit that they were lazy and didn't put in the work. So if you're here right now, if you're watching this video, prove to yourself that you're not one of them. Because the truth is simple. Most people don't fail because the world is unfair. They fail because they're undisciplined, distracted, and addicted to comfort. People love to believe that the world is unfair, that the universe is unfair. They say things like, oh, he was born into a rich family. He got lucky. He had connections. He had money to start with. I didn't. But here's the truth. Even if we took all of the money in this world and divided it between every single person on this planet, within 10 years, all the money would end up back in the hands of the same 1% of people, and the 99% of the world would be broke again. And there's actually a theory behind that. It's called the Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule, founded by the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. He discovered that in almost every area of life, 80% of the results come from just 20% of the people. And when it comes to wealth, it's even more extreme. 80% of the money will always flow back to those who understand how money works. Why? Because 99% of people have zero financial literacy. They don't understand money, they only understand spending. They get a raise and then they upgrade their lifestyle. They buy things they don't need to impress people who don't care. They chase comfort instead of freedom. They think short term, not long term. They never tried to learn the rules of the game, yet they complain when they lose. They're extremely good at talking about what they want to do, but they're extremely bad at putting any actions behind those words. And that's why the same people who win keep winning, and the same people who lose keep losing. But after you go through this course, you will never have that excuse again, because I'm going to break down financial literacy in the simplest way possible, step by step. So by the time you finish, you finally understand how money really works and how to make it work for you. Most people will never become wealthy. Most people will live paycheck to paycheck for the rest of their lives. And most people will never see the inside of a supercar, let alone own one. Most people will never be able to take their family, wife, or girlfriend on a vacation without having a daily panic attack while checking their bank account, hoping their cards don't decline. And it's not because they aren't smart enough or don't have opportunities, it's because they're addicted to instant gratification. They want quick wins, shortcuts, and miracles, and that mindset keeps them broke forever. Everywhere you look, there are scammers and so-called gurus selling the dream. 50% return per month, 24-hour millionaire systems, crypto coins that promise you 100x overnight. People chase these lies because they don't want to hear the truth, that creating wealth is boring, consistent, and requires patience. Here's the reality. If you actually consistently made 50% every month, you'd be a billionaire in a couple of years. Does that sound realistic to you? No? But people still buy into it. And then when they come into a real system that makes 6% per month, proven, stable, with risk under control, they're disappointed. They think it's too slow. That mindset is poison. That mindset is why they will forever stay broke and never touch even the shadow of financial independence. Broke people repeat the same cycle. They deposit a little, expect miracles, they withdraw too early, killing the compounding. They complain instead of learning. They blame everything else and never take accountability for their situation. And when it doesn't match their fantasy, they go on the internet and they jump on the nearest scam they can find. If that's you, let me save you the time. This is not for you. You will always be chasing quick dopamine and you'll never build wealth. But if you can handle the truth, if you're willing to let your ego die at the door and commit to a process, then this system can change your life. So from here on out, I need you focused. No more lies, no more get-rich-quick fantasies. I'm going to show you exactly how we've built a track record of consistent growth with minimal risk. Then I'll show you how compound interest works, and finally, I'll give you the blueprint. If you follow it, 5 years from now, you won't even recognize yourself. But it starts with this. Stop thinking like the broke majority. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop poisoning yourself with fake expectations. From today, you either commit to patience, discipline, and compounding, or you can leave. The choice is yours. If you decide to commit to this, I'll see you in the next video.